What is up, Baggies fans, football fans, and sports fans in general, to another video on the channel. Just want to start off by saying thank you very much for hitting over 100 subscribers. It means the world to me that each and every one of you hit that subscribe button. I will be doing a Q&A in the upcoming video, so make sure you leave some questions for me on the post I've just done or in the comment section down below. Make sure we absolutely hit 20 likes on this video. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on this video. We'll be talking about my top 4 players I'm going to be looking forward to seeing next season, obviously at the Albion. I want to know your favourite players that you're looking forward to see. Even if you're not an Albion fan, just let me know in the comments down below. You know, even if you're a Premier League fan, EFL or abroad, let me know below. And let's get into today's video. And for me, starting off in number 4, really hoping that Harry Whitwell gets some more chances. He looks absolutely phenomenal. You know, when he got subbed off again for Isaac Price, I thought Isaac Price was still on the pitch. The way that the lad, you know, was playing with confidence, and he should have really scored at the end. You know, I think if he'd have probably had his head in the game a little bit more and had a bit more confidence, he probably would have took his chance. But, you know, I'm really looking forward to him coming through. Obviously, been at West Brom since the age of 11. He made his senior debut in 2024. He signed an extension, a contract extension, keeping him to the Hawthorns until 2026. You know, Whitwell's performances for the under-21s have earned him praise, and he's been involved in first-team training sessions, showcasing his potential. I think with that growing reputation, I think he will make some more first-team appearances. Obviously, Ryan Mason loves to promote the youth, so I think he could possibly be a fantastic addition to the squad and somebody really pushing, you know, pushing someone like Isaac Price for that position in midfield. It'd be nice to see the two of them play together because I think they both have got that just natural ability to be, you know, a standout player. So for me, yeah, coming in at number 4, Harry Whitwell, and I do think he will be involved a lot more this season. Coming in at number 3, somebody that when we signed him, I really thought we were going to see, you know, the best of him. I really thought, yeah, what a great signing. And it was a bit of a letdown last season. I don't know if he lost his confidence or something just wasn't working. And that's Mikey Johnston. Now, under Ryan Mason, I think he's going to be a different player. I really think Mason will give him the confidence back, give him that, you know how to just go for it. You know what I mean? If you lose the ball, you lose the ball. That is what's so good about someone like Mikey Johnston. He's not afraid to take his man on. I think that's possibly what he was missing last season. I think he was worrying about his defensive duties rather than just focusing on being that creative spark that we know as Albion fans he can be. You know, obviously we signed him. Really hope he has a fantastic season. You know, contributing with the goals, that cut in on his right foot and bending it into the corner. You know, taking on a man, drawing two or three players he draws to him just because of that. That's the sort of player he is. And I really hope that this season he can kick on. And again, I think Ryan Mason will give him the confidence and that creative freedom basically to go and run that show on the left wing. And I do really hope he has a fantastic season for us because he's such a good player and something that, you know, somebody that gets the Albion fans on out their chairs. He knocks it past the defender, he makes that run. You know, let's just hope he finds his confidence again and starts taking some chances because at the end of the day, when he is on his day, you know, he can be an absolute game winner for you. And let's hope he's back again next season doing what he does and cutting in and finishing in that right corner. Coming in at number 2, there's going to have to be Isaac Price. If we can keep hold of him in this summer, and obviously we only signed him in January, but when he come on, wow. He was absolutely fantastic. Picking the ball up, pinging a 40-yard pass. You know, for the lad that's just 21, how mature he was in the middle of the park. You know, he was so good. And again, I do think he will be that sort of player that can pick a ball up, spot somebody like Johnson making a run and knock it over the top to him. And I think that is possibly what we were missing. And I really hope he has a fantastic season for us. And again, you know, it shows that the Andrew Nestor and the behind the scenes, they're bringing in these sort of players that can make a difference to the Albion. And it's just fantastic to see these sort of players coming through. You know, who would have thought that Isaac Price would come in at 21 and actually be a starter? I thought he's going to come in, he's going to take a bit of time to bed in. And I think, you know, he might struggle, but, you know, it's a good signing. But no, wow. You know, little flicks, little kicks. You know, obviously that goal against Hull, where he was so nonchalant, he almost like flicked his foot at it. It wasn't any effort at all. He just went, yeah, I'm just going to flick that, and it's just going to roll into the corner. You know, even against Luton, obviously, when he tried to back pass it to the keeper and hit the post, you know, it was a surreal moment because it was thinking, well, what has he tried here? Has he tried to like knee it back to the keeper, or what? I don't understand what he's done. But he's that sort of player that I don't think defenders know what to do, because if they stand off of him, he'll pick a pass. If they run at him, he'll flick it over you. The tricks and the flicks he was pulling off for such a young lad, it's fantastic to see at the Albion. It's nice to see that we can bring these sort of players in that are going to make a difference, and we're not picking like 29-year-old, 30-year-olds up that have just passed it and haven't got the legs anymore. Isaac Price for me, yeah, coming in at number 2. What a player! Coming in at number 1, we didn't see that much of him, but again, I think he will be fantastic in that midfield, and that's Banner. We saw him a little bit against Oxford. Is it Banner, Banny, Tammy Banner? However you say it. Again, from him having a full pre-season with the squad, I think he's going to be fantastic in that number 10 role. Having someone the likes of Josh Madger in front of him, or DK, I do believe that he will be game winners for us. And again, fantastic if we can keep hold of him. Obviously there's not really anybody talking about him yet. So let's hope that, he comes in and just sets the world on fire. I think he will have that sort of knack of finding a pass or finding a shot on target or getting into space. As long as he's does more than Swift and doesn't just walk around the pitch, he's onto a winner already. And again, I do think such a young talent to be bringing up, he's going to do so well for us, and I do think he will be fantastic. It's just nice to see that we are bringing up these young players and these hungry players, and I do think we're going to have a good season with him, and I do think he'll be one of the stars. Midfield of Harry Whitwell, Isaac Price, Banner. I know they're all attacking. We can't do that, but just look how much cover we've got in that midfield role. So now, it'd be nice if we could get a nice holding midfielder just to let them play the football, and I think that's possibly what we'll need. But who knows what Ryan Mason's got up his sleeve and what formation we'll be playing? Who knows? We might be getting the 2 of them in the squad together, the 3 of them. Who knows? Some honourable mentions, obviously Tom Fellows, if we can keep hold of him. Absolutely fantastic last season. Again, if we can keep hold of him, I think he'll have an even better season, and I think he'll just grow even more into that winging role. Josh Madger, if we can keep hold of him and keep him fit, with the likes of Isaac Price behind him, and the likes of Banner that I just spoke about there, I think he will be on fire. DK, if we can keep him fit. I mean, DK and Mazza as a combo, those 2 together will be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, there's my top 4 of players to watch for the Albion. Obviously, some honourable mentions thrown in at the end there. Let me know who yours are. Even if you don't support the Albion, let me know what team you support and who your standout player will be for this season. Obviously, so far, the transfer window is still open. Come the start of the season, this might have changed, but so far for the new season, that's what I'm looking forward to. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. Obviously, leave any questions you've got for me for a Q&A as well down below, and I'll catch you all in the next episode of Baggies Hands. Boing boing.